Hey guys, today we're going to tackle and hopefully I can give you some tips on how to deal with negative thoughts. And negative thoughts are so freaking tricky that they will just show up anywhere. You can be out having a great time with your family, your friends. You can literally be laughing and all of a sudden a negative thought just pops up in your mind's eye and you see this, you feel, and in your mind's eye you see this negative image. Now, what's happened is in whatever scenario you're in, there was a trigger. You may not even know what that stimulus or that trigger is because it is so deep in your subconscious mind. And if you haven't done the shadow work, the trigger all of a sudden shows you, creates a feeling of fear and then shows you an image of that fear, whether it's an image of lack, of failure, of guilt, of shame, of whatever that stimulus produced in your brain for you. So really quickly, fear is produced in the brain in an area called the amygdala. And the amygdala is where we get the stress response from like fear, anxiety. So when the chemicals of the amygdala, when it's stimulated, the chemicals released in your body are the ones that create the stress or the sweat response and all those things that you feel when you're anxious. Sometimes our breath gets faster. All of that is stimulated by the amygdala. So that's your fear center. What happens is when that portion of your brain is stimulated and now all of a sudden your body's getting this hormone and it feels like, okay, fight or flight, you get your hippocampus. That is where your memories are stored. So what's happened is in whatever scenario you're in, even if you're laughing and having a good time, there was a stimulus that you may not even be aware of that triggered the hippocampus, which stores information, stories. It was triggered, and you may not even know that it was triggered, obviously, but all of a sudden you feel stress, fear, because your amygdala gets triggered. The fear response gets triggered, okay? So so that's kind of the science behind it, so that you know that, this is kind of normal. We just need to learn how to deal with these negative emotions because they suck. We want to stop them. So in order to stop them, now you have this is very basic, like science information. I mean, I would go do your own research. Like, I just know the very basics of it. So now that you know how the fear response very basically works and where your memories are stored, now you have the power, a little bit of wisdom, to know that when that fear response happens, catch that memory, like catch the feelings. So catch the feeling. Is it guilt? Is it shame? What is it? And then look at your surroundings and the people and kind of think about the conversation that you were just having with whichever person that triggered some sort of memory, because a lot of people are not even aware. These things are happening, like the amygdala and the hippocampus are triggering often. This is what causes disease. That you're not even aware of where this is or what's happening because it's so deeply stored in the subconscious mind. So if you become aware and conscious, then you can start. Now this is very basic, but it works, okay? When you become aware of the feeling, how it got triggered, you are giving that trigger less power. You're starting to neutralize it. And if you further want to just get rid of the feeling, I just give that feeling love and light. I'm like, okay, fear, this is not my story anymore. You can fuck right off. I give you so much love and light that it burns the fuck out of you. And you don't have to talk like that. You know what I mean? Like, you can actually just say, I give this fear love and I give this fear light. And it can just go away. That is not me anymore. And I understand the trigger. I know where the trigger came from. And you will notice a huge difference. A huge difference. Now, the thing is, when you give something love and light, you have to be in the vibration of love and light. And at first you may not be. So fake it till you make it. Just I visualize like white light burning the fear. Love and light burns nothing. What actually happens is that emotion of fear doesn't like love and light, right? So it repels. It's like it's a repellent. So the fear just kind of bounces out of you. It's energetic. They're polar opposites, right? So what I do is I just visualize that fear and I visualize the white light. I visualize like the fear either I burn it out depending on my mood or it bounces out. Because I know that I'm bringing the pendulum back to balance, back into the middle. You can't have fear and you can't have love at the same time. Fear has to go when love is radiated. So I guess that's all. Really know that the brain is designed, we are designed here to get over our ego. Our ego is fear. It's held in the subconscious mind. And when you begin to give love and light to that fear, first by recognizing it, you can't just, if you're in a continual place of fear, your body gets used to it and you may not even know that you're just continually living in fear. You may think that this is a normal way to live. But you know, to test that, I want you to think back to a memory where you just felt absolute love and freedom. When you think back to that memory, automatically your lips, you'll smile, the sides will turn up. That is actually how you should feel. That is the continual way of wisdom and love that your body enjoys feeling. Your body wants to feel that image that you just had in your mind. Anything else is fear and ego. So start by just recognizing where it's coming from, be really aware, give it consciousness, and then bounce it out with love and light. And once you do that work, then you can go deeper, and you will. This is the next process. You will go deeper into the idea of, where did that anchor in my life? Like, what the hell happened that I'm freaking feeling this way? Where did that start? Those are questions of expansion. That's growth. So anyways, I hope that helps. Love you guys.